what you know about dreaming, dreaming. You don't really know about nothing, nothing. Tell me what you know about the night terrors every night. 5 a.m. cold sweats waking up to the sky.
Where you at, man? So, no episodes these last 2 weeks. Prior to this week, the 2 weeks, week and a half before that, were pretty shitty. They were pretty tough on me mentally. And just to clarify, this isn't a call for help or anything like that. I want this channel to be real. And if I'm not showing the bad, then you're really only getting half of the story, which is workouts and eating and celebrating and traveling and things that all look fun and cool. But what I really want this channel to be is all of it. I want it to be the good, bad, and ugly. So with that being said, I really feel like I missed out on an opportunity the past 2 weeks to just get like footage of what I would call a bad week. Now I said bad week, but I still got a few workouts in. I still got a few runs in. But for the most part, last week looked like this. So if you're watching this today, that was 2 Mondays ago. I dropped Tiff off at work around like 6, probably got home around 6:20, 6:30, and let the dog out, started setting up my camera or phone, and got in bed. On the drive home, I told myself that if I was gonna go home and get in bed and sleep till I go to work, that I was gonna record it and share it with people. So sure enough, I get home, I'm setting up my camera, and it's the weirdest thing, like just that whole thought process. I'm setting up my camera, but I'm also like trying to talk myself out of getting in bed, and like I'm telling myself like go eat breakfast or go on a walk. But I proceeded to get in bed, and I stayed there till about 12. Got up, let the dog out, fed him, and then got back in there till about 2:55 when I had to get up and go to work. It's surreal how debilitating dealing with anxiety or depression, or probably honestly a mix of both, can be. Like, it doesn't matter what you tell yourself when you're lying there. Like, nothing can motivate you to like roll over and get out of bed. Your body, like my body just won't do it. And it's frustrating and it sucks because like I think of things like I think of my wife, or I think of my family, or I think of like inspiring these kids that I work with, and sadly, if I'm being honest, like none of it works. I get in these funks where if I had to try and explain it, I don't feel worth the outcome of something like that I do that's good. So like for example, like after a workout, you're supposed to feel good. Like if you hit a PR, you're supposed to feel good. And when I do those things, I don't get a sense of accomplishment. And instead, I catch myself just being like overcritical of myself, just breaking myself down, doubting myself. And that sucks. And it makes it hard because I put a lot of pressure on myself, which is good. Pressure is good. But I put pressure on myself, and then even though I'm doing things that are working towards the goal that I'm working on, or whatever it may be, I don't give myself credit. So then it turns into this vicious cycle of putting pressure on myself, accomplishing things, but not giving myself credit, and then breaking myself down, then doubting myself, and then thinking that I have to go back to step one to accomplish this thing that I'm putting so much pressure on me for. And like that 1,000 miles an hour in your brain over and over and over again is kind of what happens in or what's been happening. There are a few things though that last week, towards the end of the last 2 weeks, that kind of snapped me out of it. And that's really why I'm doing all this. That's why I want to capture all of this, is because this isn't the first time that this has happened to me. It probably won't be the last. And now I have something that I can go back and look at that hopefully could guide me in a better direction. But when I catch myself getting out of these funks, I notice that like what I do is I try to remove myself from the situation. So like Monday, I thought of Monday. When I look back at Monday, that was the first thing that happened, is I'm setting up a camera and my body is doing one thing. It's setting the camera up. It's getting ready to get back in bed. It's getting ready knowing that I'm going to go to sleep until I have to go to work. But my mind's doing the opposite, where it's like, no, like, you look stupid. You're recording yourself sleeping. Like, like I said earlier, like, go on a walk, go on a run. But your body just doesn't listen. It doesn't listen to you. And so as I was getting in bed, I told myself, like, all right, bro, have your pity party, but after this, after today, like tomorrow, we got to start taking steps towards getting out of this, because we're going nowhere right now. And then sure enough, like the next day was better, Tuesday. I had a lot of errands to run, so I was busy for most of the day. And then Wednesday came around, and Wednesday, the end of August, I guess that is last week. No, it's 2 weeks ago. But Wednesday really did it for me. That's what really got me out of this whole spiraling funk. So Wednesday, Tiff and I celebrated 13 years together. And like I said earlier, I like to remove myself from the situation. And so when I looked at it from the outside, I see this guy, and I see this guy who's always hard on himself. He looks down on himself. He puts a lot of pressure on himself. He doubts himself. And then I look over here and I see the most perfect human being on the planet. And I'm thinking, okay, well, this person over here has chosen to spend the last 13 years of their life with this person. And so when I look at it that way, I'm like, okay, well, this person who doubts themselves, who looks down on themselves, breaks themselves up, they got to be doing something right. And just that day, like when I woke up, I just felt relieved. I felt grateful for everything that I have. I felt grateful for everything that I'm looking forward to and having to work towards. I also want to take this time to apologize, because I know that day, to you, Tiff, when you watch this, I know that day I probably wasn't all there mentally. I probably seemed tired or a little out of it, and I was, but I was in a way better headspace that day, and a lot of that is because of you. So also thank you. We don't share around here. Anywho, so that's been the last 2 weeks. Not so much fun, but also fun. A lot of learning. And yeah, so if you're still listening, thanks for listening. But I'm kind of over and done with this Mopi shit. We're back on track. We've got some things we got to work on. We've got some things that we're working towards. But the good news is we've got a plan to be successful at all this. So now it's just time to get fucking after it. Alright, we got like 13 minutes until we try and sign up for this one in Chicago. It's my first solo race. Let's hope that we get in. When I tried to get into Dallas, I was late, but still, when I logged in, it said I was like number 10,000 and something, which is insane. So hopefully this one works out different. Enjoying a little coffee, reading a new book that Tiff got me, and just waiting. That's not bad. 10,000 compared to 67, that's not bad.
Even in hell, I still have faith to one day be free with my Father at the gates. But make no mistakes, I'll show you what time takes to be a success on earth mixed with all the hate. I stand on my pivot, my life you cannot live it, for the things that I've seen have been too damn explicit. But soon you will get it on a CD with some credits. I'll provide my grind, mixed with no edits. They say they don't want me when I'm fucked up and forgotten, until I rise up amongst the evils trying to stop them. Slow down, bitch, my money is what I'm clocking. I'm tick-tocking, once I start, I ain't stopping. Such bullshit that my soul deal with. When my room's dim lit, I pray to God to help with my endeavors in any kind of weather. Hoes be pleather fake, so I'll race them out my sim. Now do you wanna be him? Think twice, you commit suicide trying to read my mind. Now do you wanna be him? Think twice, you commit suicide trying to read my mind.
Sometimes you make your dopest shit in the darkest place. I mean, my favorite Kid Cudi album is a Speeding Bullet to Heaven. It's crazy. Man, and confused, of course, confused. Must have been a dark time for bro.
I might go losing that and drive off a cliff, falling the void.
I don't know if I want to talk about Confused, because that was like a really dark time for me. I don't want to talk about any song from Speeding Bullet.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And if I blow my brains out all over the scene, that's madness curing sadness.
Speeding Bullet to Heaven, I was the darkest. I was darker than Man on the Moon 2. I felt like I was living the right way, but I still felt empty inside. People look up to me, but I'm not a happy person. So a lot of the times I felt like a fraud, and that's what drove me to the dark side of what I was dealing with.